Now then, I was having a chat with my mate Gareth a couple of days ago. We were swapping bits and pieces, bits of junk and bits of useful stuff, and Owen had been down, so he'd brought some stuff down and we were sort of transferring it around. And I was talking to him about this gas transfer and showing him this, where there we've got a piece of copper pipe with a fitting on it, and here we've got a smaller piece of copper pipe with a different fitting on it, and I'd fitted one inside the other at least sort of this far, at least 1.25 inches, and I'd cleaned up both pipes, inside with a chainsaw file and outside with this one with a wire wool. Coated this one with flux and slid it down in there, and then soldered it up and made sure the solder went all the way down this join. And that, believe it or not, handled 29 bar, i.e. LPG. But there is a huge contact area, which yeah, I was sort of suitably impressed at the time, because I thought I'm going to give this a go, because otherwise I'm going to have difficulty making up this adapter. Anyway, he said, what happens if the pipes don't slide inside each other quite closely? And I went, you use a technique that the old refrigerant guys used to use. So I thought it would be a good idea to show all my loyal viewers, because it's quite interesting and it's simple and it's no parts required, which is the important bit. So we've got a piece of 1/2 inch 15mm copper pipe, and we've got a piece of 10mm copper pipe, and it's quite sloppy fit. So the first thing to do is just get rid of the burr inside there from when it was cut off. And then I've got some old sander belt, something like that, that will fit in there. To clean the inside of this pipe. If it's smaller pipe, you obviously, as I say, you can use a round file. And on that other example, a 5.5mm chainsaw file was perfect. I think that'll do for this example. Okay, we've got the other bit of pipe. Just clean it up with a wire wool. Yeah. How are we going to get those to solder? That's a big bridge, isn't it? So, here's the idea. Right. So we put a bit of flux on this pipe. Yep. Plenty on there. And put it in there like that. Okay. So we know we've got flux on the joint, and we know that everything's clean. So we put there, I put this piece of board behind me just to try and make sure the camera focuses on what I'm doing. Did you see that? So that just squashed the pipe round there. Okay, and we'll just do it again. There we go. And we'll just tighten the mole grips up a bit and just move them slightly away from that edge there to push the pipe further round. Do you know what? I think that will do. Okay, so there we go. So we've got the flux in there and we've got everything cleaned up. So the next thing to do is to warm it up and get the solder on. So Simon from Thorn Warbler's workshop gave me this not long ago, a few years ago, and I got a bottle for it and it's absolutely brilliant. I love it, so thank you, Simon. It is being used. So we'll just zoom in on the job. There we go. Where are we? I've got some flux on the solder. And hopefully you can see the solder running down in the joint there. And then we'll just let it cool off and make sure there's plenty there. That's grand. Bit of residual heat there. I think we've missed a bit. There we go, that's better. Perfect. It's just pulling the solder in as it's cooling down. So there you go, no parts required, a different size pipes, and you don't have a fit in on copper pipe, you can fit it together. Hopefully you found this interesting and enjoyable, and I will catch up with you soon. Comments and concerns, love to hear them. Bye for now.